I got to push buttons. If I don't hear the echo, I'm really off. I'm off my game. It's the way it is. It's what happens when we try new things. Welcome to the show, everybody. Rich Wildman here. It's going to be one heck of a broadcast. I can tell you that right now. During the pre-show, that has anything to do with anything like the price of tea in China, it's going to be a wild time. I think you're going to enjoy yourself. Sit back, relax, have a good time with us here on MSI. Now, before we get started, I want to remind everybody that this Wednesday is the 10th, and it is the second Wednesday of the month. That means we're going to have a hit list, and we're going to bring back our songs of the week from last month to compete against each other to find out who is going to be our band of the month. This month, we've got Sucker Band, their track Circus, along with Echoic and This Roof. Along with those two, we have Kangaroo Knife Fight, their track called It's You, and Project Sirius and their track Ground Zero. It's going to be very interesting to find out who gets chosen as our Land Art Band of the Month. So I certainly hope you'll tune in Wednesday, 5:30 p.m. for all of that. Now, we've got a lot to do today, new music to take a listen to, as well as a bunch of people to meet. So let's go to the English Riviera first and say hello to James. Hey, James, how are you, sir?
Hello, I'm well, thanks. It's nice to actually have a video feed for once, because normally I'm staring into a blank screen.
Well,
and I think we're going to have a really interesting show today, what with the entire band at Ian's.
I think you're right. It's going to be one heck of a show. Now, let me ask you, did the weather predictions come true in the Riviera where you're at, down in the south of England? Is it like cooking eggs on the street hot?
Not quite. I think we did reach some of the predictions. There were also predictions for heavy storms as well, so I'm a little confused as to what's been going on. But I never usually take a great deal of notice to what they say.
Well,
but it's been nice. It's been really pleasant.
Say, being on your yacht, I'm sure it doesn't matter, right?
Well, we keep quiet about my offshore activities these days.
All right, yeah. After the last time, I completely understand. Well, James, it's great to have you back with us as always.
Yep,
anything new? Anything new brewing for you? Anything you got to tell us that we won't read about in the papers?
Anything that we won't read about in the papers. I'm looking into moving house at the moment, but apart from that, I think that my life's turning over the usual stuff, really. Just having a quiet life away from the police and trying to lay low as before.
Does your nose sting?
Well, keep your nose out of trouble and be nice to people, James.
Always.
All right. Thanks for being here. And I tell you what, we got a real treat over at Ian's place. It's like there's no room to walk, let alone sit. We've got everybody over there today. Ian, along with all the guys from the band Spider. Ian, say hello to everybody and introduce everybody there for us.
Oh, no, you've ruined it now, haven't you, really? Bring the lower third up. Bring the lower third up. Come on.
All right. Let's see here.
So we got Colin.
Hello.
We've got Dave. We've got Brian and we've got Robbie.
See, that's no fair. That's no fair at all. You guys moved around on me.
Now we've got Brian, Mr. Brian Burrows. Hello. Dave, who you all know.
Yeah.
We've got Robbie Burrows and we've got Colin Harkness. All from the band Spider.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
It's great to see you guys, and we're pleased as punch you're here with us. Now, Ian, it's kind of a shame since we don't get to talk to you very much today, since we did all our business last week. So we're just going to talk to we're going to talk to the guys. I mean, you're not as important as they are anyway. So now,
Indeed.
First of all, we've had Dave on the show many times. We had Robbie on the show with us once before. So for
Twice.
Brian, twice. Okay, my fault. So for Brian and Colin, this is the first time we've had you guys on the show. So welcome to you. We certainly hope you enjoy yourself.
Nice to be here.
Yeah, cheers. First, long time since I've been a virgin. But yeah.
There is a first for everything. That's true. Now, I've described...
I don't wish to worry you, but the last time me and Brian did an interview together, Bob Marley died.
That's true.
Right, I'm scanning the news later on.
At least you'll always remember where you were.
Yeah, we were in a studio at Radio Hereward.
Right.
And we were promoting a tour.
Rough Justice.
And being real upbeat. And he goes, hang on, guys, we've just had some news come in. Bob Marley has died. And then it was like, how the hell do we lift? You know, it was like a real killer.
How can you stay chirpy after that?
Yeah, terrible.
Massive icon dies while you're live on it.
25, 30 years ago, you know?
Yeah.
It's a tough one. There is no doubt. Now, I've described Spider as the hardest working band in show business because I've read a lot of things about Spider over the years. One of the things I've read is that you guys just literally, during your career, played anywhere, everywhere, 3,000-4,000 times during that 10-year stint. Now, is that just hype that I'm hearing, or is that actually the truth?
And that's the absolute truth.
Yeah,
we would take a gig anywhere. Back in them days, it was pre-MTV, and it was the radio stations in England was like Radio 1, and they were playing pop. Getting rock on the radio was real hard work. Tommy Vance was about the only radio show. So the only way to get a following was to go out and play. So if someone said, I've got a pub in Torquay, we'd just go and play. And the next night we go to Scotland.
We didn't care, really. Well, we never had. That was pre-sat nav, you know. It was just like, all right, which way's Scotland? Oh, it's that way, Jimmy.
We were meant to be in Cardiff.
All right, now Dave has told us a little bit about some of the crazy stuff you guys did. Now, I'm not going to go into it. You guys can hash it out with Dave afterwards. But
they're all in now. I can't defend myself.
You know, I hate to tell you, Dave, but you know we got it on tape. So you know, you just. So
what
now,
I want to know, right, is we have had Dave on loads.
Yeah.
There must be some stories about Dave.
There's loads of stories about Dave.
Come on, give us a story about Dave. One that's radio friendly.
We've got to be careful then. Okay. Right, when we first formed, I'm the eldest, kind of, I'm 3 years, 2.5, 3 years older than the other guys. When we first formed, I was the only driver because Dave had literally not long left school. He's a baby, yeah? And he was at that age where you're just discovering women. And he got his nickname Sniffer because he was sniffing round all our women. Robbie and I'd bring a girlfriend home and he was at that, you know, that silly age where boys get where they, you know, they're looking for attention, you know.
She looks good.
Yeah. So that's where the sniffer come from. So yeah, and that's about as clean as I can get it.
Oh, fair enough. At least we know the truth now.
Yeah.
We thought it's because he had a big nose.
Well,
that's all about.
In Liverpool, it's what they call a pickle stabber. You only get a jar of pickles. You got to get in there to get one out.
It was great when we went to Chippy.
now, you guys actually got together last night for the first time. Everybody was together for the first time in, I think, 30 years. How was that?
Hard work.
But an enjoyable experience.
That was good.
It was good.
Yeah,
It was good.
It was good fun. It was just nice hooking up again, and you know, we were together 10 years, and then there's been like a 25 whatever year gap, 28 year gap. But no, it just felt like, you know, comfy, like an old pair of trainers, really.
From an outsider's point of view, I was there and sort of guys. What I thought was really nice after all those years was all the fans turning up and still knowing every word to every song.
Yeah, because we didn't know the bloody words. Honestly, man.
That's what you were putting the mic out.
We're asking the front row, what's the next line?
What's the next line?
I'm guessing there wasn't much happening on a Saturday night in London. These people turned up at our place.
But I loved it.
Yeah, it was
absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
It went down
No, it's
really,
because
really
I'm brilliant.
Yeah.
Don't miss that. And Robbie's travelled all the way from Australia.
That's right.
And Brian's travelled all the way from France. You come from up north?
Bolton.
Bolton.
Well, I come from Hayes.
Dave's come from Hayes, which is about 5 miles up the road.
We appreciate you guys making the effort. Now, of course, you didn't come all that way just to appear on MSI. I know that it was for the show. Now, the question that begs to be answered, the 500-pound gorilla in the room is...
He's gone. He's gone, mate. He went. He didn't want to hang around.
We sacked him earlier.
The question is, though, are there any more gigs we can expect out of you guys in the future?
The plan is we're going to do a few days rehearsing and see how we get on. And if it feels good and it feels right, then we'll maybe look at seeing if we can get on one of the festivals.
Yeah.
Sorry, my throat's gone from last night. If it feels good, we'll do it, and if it doesn't, then we won't.
We could just put what we're going to do is going to put it to bed. If it's not feeling good, then we can just say to everyone,
no, it ain't going to happen.
You know.
And if it does feel good, then we'll look at seeing where we can get a gig.
There's been quite a bit of demand for you guys to get back together, isn't there?
There's a lot of
Fans and
demand,
stuff.
Yeah.
but we've got to pay all that alimony, I think.
and it's a whole logistics of the thing, with Rob living in Australia and Brian.
Yeah, that's the other problem. We're scattered around. I'm living in the south of France. Robbie's over in Australia, and obviously Colin and Dave are here in England, and it's not like we can just get together and...
There's no real halfway point to meet in a rehearsal, is there, really?
Tokyo.
I thought you were banned from there, Rob.
Yeah, we got drum now. So we'll know. We're gonna do. It's Sunday today. We'll do tomorrow and Tuesday and Wednesday. See how things feel. I think we'll call it Wednesday evening and decide.
You've actually bought a bass and an amp.
Yeah, I bought a bass and an amp.
First time in a long time, isn't it?
Yeah.
But none of us have stormed out yet, so it's looking good.
Yeah.
That's good to hear. I'm always happy to hear that. Now, I don't want to bring up any issues, but I've got to ask, because I was in a band for about 10 years back in the 80s, early 90s, and bands go through different phases where people get along great, people hate each other, those kinds of things. I'm sure that every band does, and I'm sure Spider was no exception. Now, how has age kind of changed that dynamic, or has it changed that dynamic at all?
I think it makes you more mature about things and the way you think about it, because it's the same. It's like a marriage, isn't it? If everybody's together for that length of time, and we were literally cooped up together for 10 years, there's bound to be little niggles that develop over time, and sometimes they get blown up out of all proportion. But
yeah, but hang on a minute.
Give it a few years.
I was still hungry when we were in Italy, and you did take the last ham sandwich.
Yeah, there was that. He's never forgiven me for that.
As Cole says, age. You realise that some of the stuff that seemed important back then isn't. But I don't know, 10 years, and we weren't the kind of band that all lived separately either. We all shared the same house. I mean, we literally shared the same house, the same coach that we slept on when we were touring. And we were literally in each other's pockets. I know loads of marriages that couldn't survive that,
But it's different now, it's not as priority for you guys. It's not your living anymore, it's not your main thing. You can kick back and enjoy it a bit more.
No, this is my midlife crisis.
But what we will say is that in 10 years, it never came to blows.
Oh.
Not one of us.
No. You sure about that?
Yeah.
I heard quite a few stories last night about some fights going on, not between the four of you.
Don't tell him.
We had plenty of fights.
Well, we
with
did
other
have
people,
plenty of fights, yeah.
with other people, but not with ourselves. No, I mean,
You want to see Deb stick the boot in?
I heard that story last night.
no, we like I said, there's plenty. I know, I know plenty of women I couldn't have shared that much time with. So, no, it's okay, but it's feeling good. It's feeling good.
I mean, because this isn't actually the first time you've been back together, is it, in 30 years? Because you've done last year for Deb's 50th.
2 years.
2 years ago.
2 years
Well,
ago.
Brian, we hadn't got together.
We hadn't got together as such. It was just a very
But it
impromptu.
did end up with all of you on the same stage.
Oh, yeah,
it did.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, but that was a different vibe, really.
Yeah.
That was
more of an impromptu thing. We kind of knew we were coming together and
we were going to do this.
we were going to give it a go.
And it worked.
But what happened was Robbie. I have to be honest. I've been the one that's been least keen I'm busy in other areas. And Robbie said to me, "Look, do me a favour, give it a go. If it feels right, great. If it doesn't, then at least we put the whole thing to bed." So that's kind of where we are.
I think that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we're here now. We're all here. We're giving it a go. So.
Yeah. But you've always been that sort of... I mean, I've known Bry for a long time now, and Bry's always been that sort of forward-looking person, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're always looking towards tomorrow and what's going to happen then rather than
backwards.
What was.
Yeah.
So I think it's nice that you've actually come back together, and it's good to have people say it tonight. It's been a blast so far.
Yeah, right.
Now, I know that...
I got Rich, I got to know, what band was you in?
I was in a band called Steel Teeth back in the day, and we never were signed or anything like that. We were just a garage band, and over the years we put together a studio, recorded like 10 albums that no one's ever heard, so it's awesome.
Keyboard player.
Keyboard player, okay.
So can we find it on the Wibbly Wobbly web?
I can actually send Ian a link he can share with you guys. The recordings are horrible, but at least they're fun.
No,
okay, no, that's fair enough. That's fair enough.
We like to listen to as much stuff as possible, you know?
Yeah, no, I understand completely. That's one of the reasons why we do what we do here on Music Scene Investigation. Now, I have one last question before we actually get to listening to some of the new music we've got on tap for today. As you know, Music Scene Investigation caters to unsigned bands of all types, whether they're just starting out or have been around for years and years. What advice do you guys have for a musician who, say, is just starting out in music, in the business? What advice do you have for them?
Keep concentrating on your own stuff and don't get lured into the tribute band scene.
Yeah. Work on your craft.
Just work on your craft. Just go for it.
Get your own stuff out there.
Yeah. It's a different world. When we were setting off, there was no YouTube. There was not even indie labels back then.
No internet, was there?
There was no internet. There was no MTV. It's kind of...
It's a different world now.
The world's easier, but it's also more difficult in some ways. There's less gigs to do. There's less venues. But YouTube and stuff like that, and and even Facebook, is the way of doing it. But I think if you believe,
that's right.
You've just got to keep going. You've got to believe,
Yeah, totally agree with
That's
that.
it.
There's a bigger haystack these days to find that needle in.
Yes, it is.
It is.
You've got to put some hard work in.
But you've got to work your craft. You
Yeah.
cannot rehearse for 2 minutes and go down the pub.
No,
you can't.
you've got to work.
I mean, just to be sure, you guys had day jobs to start with, didn't you?
Yeah.
Oh,
And that all sort of got binned and
We became professional.
Even when the band was in the early days.
We do temp jobs. We'd
be working during the day and then
emptying 40-foot containers of...
Except for some of you got done by the benefits office, right?
Yeah.
Oh, for God's sake, Ian. I told you that.
You did!
Oh,
but that's quite relevant. That just proved that we were hard working.
Yeah.
We were.
shit. Good memory, yeah.
I wasn't one of them, by the way.
But he's the one who dropped the dime on us.
But in everything in life, in drag racing, in anything, in
art,
business,
even
in business, in art, in architecture, nothing worth having comes easy. It just doesn't, you know.
You brought up a good subject there. Brian, for those of you who don't know, organises a lot of the VW festivals that I've actually had the privilege of playing at over the years. Been doing it for 20 odd years now.
Yeah.
And you book a lot of bands.
Yeah.
So from that point of view, you know, what are you looking for in a band when you're booking them?
Yeah, we have two areas at most of my shows. We have the main stage, which is a kind of a family stage, and then we have the bar, which I try and break new bands in the bar, you know, playing original material and that kind of thing, because I feel it's important. And back in the day, I used to get them off MySpace.
That's right.
But MySpace has kind of drifted away now, you know. But with a festival like that and a family festival, you've got to have a broad spread. So you need a band that can kind of cover everything from pop through to rock kind of stuff. But with original bands, I try and give as many as I can a go, you know, because I know how difficult it is. It is difficult. But, you know, every promoter's different, and it is difficult. It is really difficult. I hate the TV talent show thing.
That's crap.
Agreed.
That's
You know,
awful. That's
you know, and I think that's stifling a lot of things. I came up with a festival called MySpace and My Fest,
Right, I remember that.
which was all MySpace bands that no one heard of, and I had Ocean Colour Scene headlining to sell tickets.
Yeah.
And then I had 3 stages, and I had like an acoustic sort of stage. I had a main kind of rocky stage, and then I had a poppy stage on that. And they were all unsigned bands, all unknown bands, apart from Ocean Colour Scene as a headline. And it wasn't supported very well, unfortunately. You know, I caught a cold on it, ticket-wise. But the bands were all great, and we all had a good time. But I couldn't afford to do it the second year, you know, which was a shame. There you go.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's take a listen to some new music from some new bands right now. We'll get everybody's thoughts on them. Of course, on MSI, no one knows what we're listening to before they hear it live on the broadcast. That means they don't know the name of the song. They don't know the genre of the song nor the name of the artist, let alone have heard the music. The only person who has is me prior to the show. It's because I make sure it's family friendly and all that good stuff. So let's do it right now. We've got 3 songs. Song number 1 is up right now. So here it is, everybody. This is track number 1 on today's Music Scene Investigation. Enjoy it, everyone. We'll be right back.
I'll just drool like an old bloodhound and hope she keeps me gagging bound.
And that is track number 1 on the broadcast today. All right, we're going to take and go over to our panelists. We're going to start things out with James, however, and find out what he thought first. James, what do you think about track number 1?
That's definitely interesting. I quite enjoyed that, but there are areas where I hoped that it would become a little bit more inspiring. So it seemed to be fairly sort of repetitive and on the same tone throughout. I did like the guitars. I think that the solo itself could have been a little bit more interesting, and I was kind of expecting it to be. I really like the edgy, sort of distorted vocals, although there was a little bit too much reverb going on there. Not overly keen on the drums on this one, because they sound a little bit too programmed, and the tom fills were just completely random levels. But I'll be interested to hear what Ian and Spider think of this, because I think they're listening on monitors as opposed to headphones, so I might be picking out things slightly differently to what they are. But all in all, it's good. I was just a little bit disappointed by the swamp mix, the drums, and the guitar. Really like the use of vocals, so my kind of thing.
All right, very cool. Thank you very much, James. And let's go over to Spider and Ian and find out what they think. All right, guys, I'm going to toss it over. Let's find out what you think.
I like the tune.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good tune.
Yeah, some Steve Hale influence in there, bit of Bob Dylan in there.
Izzy Stradlin and the Juju Hounds.
Yeah, but some nice kind of country. But I understand. I agree that the drums were a little bit sort of 80s techno. You know,
they're a bit Ringo style.
There was a little bit the fills to me. There was the fill section in the middle there. It's on a little very Ringo-ish.
Yeah, but then
it was good. I enjoyed that.
But then you had the 80s feel to it as well. It was a mismatch, but it was actually quite enjoyable.
Yeah, right.
Could have been a bit more hooky for my liking. The chorus was a little bit weak, and the guitars in some places were a bit trebly for my liking. But I mean, overall mix was solid.
Yeah,
and the production was slick.
I'd like to hear more of that stuff though. I think that's the thing. It's not something I'd say, I don't want to hear. I wouldn't mind hearing some more tunes from the guys.
If you were sat in a bar sipping on whiskey, listening to them live,
exactly. You could definitely have a jig to that.
Yeah,
a jig.
No, you could have a jig to that.
You could. Yeah. Well, I mean, actually, Sniffer did make an interesting comment.
Did I? I didn't say anything. There you go. I'm leaving it to you guys.
No, I like the track. It was a nice track. I can imagine that getting radio play.
Yeah, and it was a bit like Copperhead Road and Toya.
Yeah, it does have that feel.
Yeah.
It was,
but it was good.
Dylan was mentioned as well, so a lot of good names were being mentioned here while we were listening to it.
Yeah, and it was good. So
I think that's a thumbs up from us.
Yeah, thumbs up from us.
All right, well, there you go, James. Now you know what Spider and Ian have to say about it. All right, let me introduce the track to everybody. The name of track number 1, it is called The Girl in the House by the River, and it's from Dennis James. Dennis, we appreciate you sending that into Music Scene Investigation. Now, if you'd like to get your music in front of our panel, all you have to do is go to musicsceneinvestigation.com. Click on Submit a Song at the top of the page, and we'll make sure it gets on the broadcast. Now, every week we go through and we choose 3 songs randomly to appear on the broadcast. So if you're not chosen straight away, don't worry, we'll eventually get to it. We will, promise. It's kind of the way it works. Unbiased and, it's always fair. Just ask anybody. They'll tell you they've been waiting for over a year, too. So, seriously, there are still songs from 2011 I'm sure we haven't played yet. So, anyway,
we'll... few submissions a week, though, right? We get, probably 4 or 5 songs a week submitted?
Oh, more than...
Dale song yet?
We get a lot more than that per week, yeah.
Okay.
It's really amazing, and we appreciate the support of every musician out there who submits music.
Did you hear Dave there?
Yeah, I did hear it, and tell Dale we'll get to it. We will. I promise.
It's up now, so it doesn't really matter.
Well, why did you say it, boys?
Tell him I'm sorry they broke up, but we'll still get to it. You never know.
Broke up because they weren't played on MSI, so don't worry about it.
Yeah. Don't feel guilty or anything.
You never know. They may wind up. They may appear on the show and wind up getting back together after they hear what we have to say about it.
Yeah.
And of course, I think it would only be fair if when they do appear on the show, the band Spider come together and sit on the panel.
I think that might be a bit biased, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, for me, it would be.
Yeah.
I'd be very, very biased.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's worth a shot anyway. We have 2 more songs to take a listen to. We're going to listen to the second one right now. Here it is, everybody. This is song number 2 on today's show. Sit back, enjoy. We'll be right back after song number 2. Enjoy.
You know, I know, the game's been played before. How long, how low, the first false hurt, the most deja vu. Why I'm crying, I felt this pain before. Just know, I know, I won't be back for more. See myself, I'm so sick of crying. All I hear is sorry, I am the beginning of one last try. I'm taking it back myself, 'cause I want help. I guess it's time to fly. You know, I know, the game's been played before. How long, how low, the first false hurt, the most deja vu. I'm crying, I felt this pain before. Just know, I know.
That is song number 2 on the broadcast. All right, so now we're going to start out with the guys over in London, Ian and everybody from the rock band Spider. It is, let's see, Robbie, Brian, Dave, and Colin. See, I did that in reverse order even.
Oh, no, sir.
He's clever, isn't he?
He's good at that.
Getting there.
He's sussed us out now.
Yeah. All right, so we have quite a few mentions over here. From my point of view, this is a good track. You've got a lot of stuff, good stuff going on, but it's over compressed and everything's fighting for attention. And you've got that distorted, echoey backing vocal that's sitting under most of this track. You can't make out a word of what is being said, and it's taken away from that lead vocalist. There's some good performances going on. It's tight, it's well produced, but it's over compressed, and everything's just fighting for attention.
Yeah. What he said.
Yeah.
Exactly what he
And
said.
it put us all in mind of Marillion.
Yes,
it felt
vocal delivery was very fish-like.
Yeah. So, which I had a little bet that they were English. It just had, I don't know, it sounded like an English act rather than an American act. But yeah, pretty much everything Ian said, I think it could have been done better. I think the tune was a decent tune,
it was good.
but it could have been, it just could have been done better.
I'd like to hear it again, if it was a better recording
Or
of
a better mix.
it. A better
Yeah, better mix,
yeah.
yeah. It's got potential, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Because it wasn't a bad song at all. It was just, as I say, it was all sounding very muddy.
Everything was lost, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was kind of lost.
The hook was quite well developed. You know, the chorus that's sort of still sticking in my head, so you can still hear that, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
So, what are we saying, so-so?
remix,
Yeah,
remaster.
it's a decent song where you could do a better production.
You could do a bit of work on it,
What
yeah.
we were saying.
All right, very cool. Thank you very much. Now over to James in the Riviera undisclosed yacht location. James, what do you think?
Well, I'd have to echo a lot of those comments, really, because it is effectively a good track, but it's pretty much spoiled by the mix, unfortunately. There's certainly compression issues, especially when it comes to the drums. That snare sounds like somebody tapping a tin can. It just doesn't work properly. It's unfortunate because I think that track would have an awful lot of potential otherwise. Just looking through my notes to see if I've got anything different, because I think virtually everything that I was going to mention has been mentioned by Spider or Ian. So, yeah, that was it. With the echoey backing vocals, I think they missed a trick there. That's something that could be used sparingly and probably not consistently throughout the track. I think it's the kind of thing that you could introduce every now and then as a subtlety, rather than having it sort of glaringly in your ears constantly. I think that was about the only thing I had to add, so I'm pretty much on the same wavelength as the boys.
All right, well, there you have it then. Song number 2, as we heard it on today's show, it's called Deja Vu, and it's from Logan Stryx, and we appreciate Logan sending that track into Music Scene Investigation. All right.
Did we ask where they were from?
Actually, I think they are from England.
There you go.
I'm not sure where we're at from England, but I did look, and I believe they were. So you were right on the button there.
Okay.
Yeah, and their drummer's going, I told you tapping that tin can wouldn't work.
They're firing the producer as we speak.
There you go. All right, well, let's take a listen to the last song on today's broadcast, everyone. This is song number 3 on today's Music Scene Investigation. Enjoy it, everyone. Song number 3.
Baby goat, baby goat, goat, baby goat, baby goat, baby goats. Baby goat, baby goat, goat, baby goat, baby goat, baby goats. Baby goat, baby goat, goat, baby goat, baby goat, baby goats. Baby goat, baby goat, goat, baby goat, baby goat, baby goats. What's missing in your life is what's missing in my life, and what's missing in my life is goats. What's missing in my life is what's missing in your life, and what's missing in my life is goats. I see no harm if we could open up a goat farm. Yeah, we could open up a goat farm. And we could have baby goats and baseball on the radio, so fun. If we could open up a goat farm. Yeah, we could open up a goat farm. And it would be so cool, goats in the pool. Baby goat, goat, baby goat, baby goat, baby goats. Baby goat, goat, baby goat, baby goat, baby goats. Baby goat, goat, baby goat, baby goat, baby goats. Baby goat, goat, baby goat, baby goat, baby goats. I see no harm if we could open up a goat farm. Yeah, we could open up a goat farm. And we could have baby goats and baseball on the radio, so fun. If we could open up a goat farm. Yeah, we could open up a goat farm. And it would be so cool, goats in the pool of a goat farm. If we could open up a goat farm. Yeah, we could open up a goat farm. I think we'd be so pleased with that goat cheese at the goat farm. And we could charge hipsters to feed the goats. And we could charge hipsters for pigs with goats. And we could charge hipsters to come spend a day at our goat getaway. What's missing in my life is what's missing in your life, and what's missing in our life is goats. What's missing in your life is what's missing in my life, and what's missing in our life is goats. What's missing in my life is what's missing in your life, and what's missing in our life is goats. What's missing in your life is what's missing in my life, and what's missing in our life is goats. We could have a goat farm. Baby goat, goat, baby goat, baby goat, baby goats. Baby goat, goat, baby goat, baby goat, baby
That is track number 3 on the broadcast today. We're going to go back over to the panel. We'll start with James, and we'll wind up ending our review round with Ian and the guys over at Spider. So, James, what do you think about track number 3?
Well, that definitely made me smile. It's quite a funny sort of reggae-style, wacky comedy tune about baby goats in a goat farm. That's effectively what it is. But I think if you're going to do a comedy track or something with a little bit of novelty factor, and given it's a very simple format and the way it's been produced and recorded, you can't really have any room for going wrong on the production. I mean, it's not entirely difficult to create such a track. Unfortunately, there's a fair bit of distortion on the vocals, and the music itself sounds quite muddy, which I don't see there being a lot of explanation for, apart from maybe the mix was done badly, but bad EQing or something. But it was good fun. Certainly made me laugh. Not sure what kind of commercial value it has, but it was certainly good fun.
All right. Well, thank you very much, James. One person out in the chat room said something that tickled me a little bit. What's missing in my life is goats, said no one ever. All right. Over to Spider and Ian. What do you guys think of track number 3?
Well, the guy should get a girlfriend.
Yeah. We thought it had dark satanic undertones.
Being serious, the production was weak. It wasn't Jamaica enough, you know. The snare sounded bad. The bass on a reggae, you know, they should have had the bass in there. It was very amusing. The vocal reminded me of a young Ray Davis and a bit of Mark Bolan in there as well. It had that kind of early,
that sort of bridge,
early Bolan feel. But no, I mean, it raised a smile here. We definitely enjoyed it. But it
you'd remember it, certainly.
Yeah, but it needed a proper Jamaica production with a proper ska reggae, production on it.
Yeah.
But
I think if you're going to do a comedy song, you've got to take it to that next level. You can't just leave the production being weak and have funny vocals.
Yeah, but has he meant it as a comedy song?
I don't know. It's I mean, talking about charging hipsters to feed the goats on the goat farm, it's got to be some comedy value in this, right?
Well, it made us laugh, so it must be comedy.
Or either that or whatever mushrooms he's eating, we'll have some.
Yeah, send them round. That'd be wicked.
It was a jolly tune, and as I say, you're certainly going to remember it.
Yeah.
But as James was saying, the production is weak. I mean, the MIDI sounds sound like they're straight out of the box. The vocal levels were too high, so that all that music was pushed backwards. You could do a lot more with this. I mean, it sounds to me like it's a home recording. It sounds like to me it's some bloke in his home studio doing this with a bit of a giggle
on his goat farm.
On his goat farm, that's right. With maybe some, where were the goat noises? I mean, if you're going to do this, you sample some goats and put the goat noises in the background. There you go, sample that. And but you could definitely get more out of a home studio from the sound point of view. Get some better sounds. Work on the MIDI sounds to make them your own a bit more.
Absolutely.
And we were saying, more offbeat guitar.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear the album. I'd love to hear the album. Yeah. I mean, what comes next?
The art. Let's call the album The Art. Yeah. Then what about every different animal?
Yeah, brilliant.
All right. Well, I appreciate it, guys. Thank you very much. Track number 3, for everybody's information, is called Baby Goats. Imagine that. From a group called Sickabod. So Sickabod. It's called Baby Goats.
Baby Goats.
Baby Goats.
Baby Goats from a group called Sickabod. So we appreciate their sending that track in as well. Now comes the time, as we do every week. I'm going to turn it over to our panel. They're going to decide on a song of the week. So, gentlemen, it's all up to you now. I'll leave it over to you.
We think number 1.
We think number 1.
I'd agree with that. Number 1 for me as well.
Yeah.
Good try.
It's a very easy decision for me too. Number 1 it is.
All right.
Really stands out.
I think number 2 potentially was probably the best song, but the lack of mixing, the over-compression and stuff really did let it.
I have to be honest though, the number 1, I can't remember the guy's name.
Yeah.
But I'd have an album in the car of that, you know, kind of swampy, country, Dylan-y. You know, I could listen to that.
Yeah.
Or, you know,
but for novelty value, number 3 is...
but number 1's definitely the winner,
Yeah, agreed.
All right, well, there you have it. It is unanimous, and number 1, Dennis James track. It's The Girl in the House by The River is our song of the week. Now, I've got mixed readings from our chat room out here. Of course, actually out on Twitter, they like the baby goats.
It's Goat Farmers Week on Twitter.
We like it as well.
So anyway, you know, it is, everybody's getting... I
know where the guy's head's at.
All right, I want to thank you guys over from Spider. You know, it's great to see you guys together. I certainly hope that everything works out. Of course, wish you all the best of the luck no matter what you decide. Just make sure if you do get back together, do me one favor. There's a cornfield out here. It's got plenty of room. I'll run electricity to it. All you guys just come out and play for a while. It'll be fun.
Yeah, we'd love to. Yeah,
that'd be a gas.
We would. Yeah. Gas.
We get paid in corn.
You have your choice. It could either be corn or soybeans. So.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Soybeans are right.
Yeah, it's either one.
You know.
All right. Nice to meet you. Anyway.
It's great to meet you guys, and we really appreciate you being here. It is a treat to have you on with us. Of course, come on anytime. We'd love to have any of you, all of you. It doesn't matter. Just come on.
Always from my point of view.
Well, thanks very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Rich.
Cheers, man.
Ian and James, of course, glad to have you guys on each and every time you're on. And we appreciate everybody in the chat room for watching us and joining us live on the broadcast, which you can do every Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, 9 p.m. GMT. Every Sunday, of course, this Wednesday, 5:30 p.m., you want to make sure you join us for the hit list. It's going to be a wild one there as well. I think it's going to be a really tough choice for the panel on that one. So we'll talk to you again next time on Music Scene Investigation. Thanks for being here. We're going to play out with our song of the week from Dennis James. Here it is, everyone. Thanks for being here. Talk to you again next time.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Bye.
Baby go, baby go, go, baby go. Forever. Though she blew me in some nasty weather. Took me down a stone cold road, dressed me like a ragged toad, laid me down where the water flowed, and she tied me down where the bad wind blows. I can tell you now how she made me a man, but it's more than my life is worth, gonna cut out while I can. Oh, I'll know better next time around. I swear I'll never make a sound. I'll just drool like an old bloodhound and hope she keeps me gagged and bound.